Hey guys, this is Mangaka 89, and today we have a special guest, a YouTuber who does manga just like me, that I've been watching since before I started this channel. And it's really cool because I have the honor to talk to him and do an interview with him today. So this is Jurtango, everybody, say hi.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, so we're just gonna have a little leisurely chat for a while on him and manga-related things, I guess. I'm shaking right now. Alright, so, I know you live in Australia, so for us American fans who watch you, or people in America who watch you, is there anything different in Australia? Anything, cool, different from America? That you would know?
I've been to America, so I know a little bit what's happening over there. I think in terms of, conventions, you guys have got it much better than over here. Mm-hmm. We have two big ones a year. We've got, I think, YCon and Supernova over here, but in terms of just how it is in terms of sales of manga, we don't have as much, and it's not as many stores here. It's mostly if you want stuff that you guys would have faster, you have to go Amazon and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, I've never been to any conventions, unfortunately. I was planning on going to one back in April, but something came up, so I wasn't able to go. But I know we just had New York Comic Con, and that's always a big hit. So I plan to go to one of that next year. So
yeah, you definitely have to go there. There's so much fun. You spend a lot of money there.
Yeah. How's the food in Australia?
It's very. I wouldn't say I like the food in America, but I can't eat the portion sizes in America because I'm not a massive eater. But
yeah.
I'm trying to compare it to something. It's mostly we have a lot of fish and chips and hot dogs and stuff and burgers and stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, I try to do everything more Japanese. I always eat more Japanese food and watch media of Japanese. So I don't even feel partly Australian. I'm just kind of in that zone of preparing myself to go there.
Yeah, we have a Japanese market that's 20 minutes away from there, and every so often, every 2 weeks, we would go there, and they'd have really good Japanese food. A few weeks ago, they had a Hokkaido festival, and they had chefs from Japan actually fly in and then cook for the weekend. They had a ramen stand. I think it was miso ramen, and there was a long line, and it went out to the store and it went around the building. So, so I was gonna wait for it, but apparently it ran out before some people got to it, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, they have really big festivals there, and it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna start off by asking you how you got into manga and anime, and if you have any favorites that you can name.
It's really good because I got my shelf just here. I can just pick things off and show you.
Go ahead.
What got me into it? It must have been when I was a kid. We used to have I think there was a trial period where they'd put Japanese anime, they'd have Pokemon, Digimon, how everyone kind of grew up with. And I'd see that, and I'd just become absolutely obsessed since maybe 5, 6. And it hasn't really changed for me ever since. But the drawing manga thing, I'm just trying to think when that started. I think it was when you're young, you know how you start drawing fan art and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you get a little bit older and then you're I want to create my own story. That would have been, I've been drawing manga, actual pages now for about, I would say 3.5, 4 years, actual manuscript pages. But before that, it was just mostly fan art, just pin-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in terms of my favorites, I'll show you what I'm reading at the moment. This is not the latest volume, but I'm really big on Usugoi.
Is that a horror manga?
It's kind of a suspense. I'll show you some pages.
Yeah. I'm not really knowledgeable when it comes to horror manga. The only horror manga that I've ever read is Muyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural something.
I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, yeah. Apparently it's he entered into some contest and got published from there. But
oh, cool.
That's a long time ago. I was reading that when I was in 5th grade, so I don't remember much of it. The series is finished now, though.
Yeah. I'll just show you some of the art. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just like insanely. It's really naturalistic.
That's
it's not
really
kind
cool.
of. It's insane, but
it's like really. It's like semi-realistic.
Yeah, that's the kind of style that I try to follow. What else have I got?
Yeah, I noticed like some of the drawings that you do is some of it is pretty abstract, and I always noticed that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because not a lot of manga that I see out there has your kind of style, and yours is like really unique. That's what I like about it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I try my best to draw really different.
Yeah.
You can probably see artwork in the background, but it's flipped, so it looks horrible. You know how you flip artwork and it's like backwards, and you're like, oh no.
You do that?
Think. Oh yeah, it's a canvas. There's another character, but you can't see him at the moment because he's for another story. But trying to keep it secret. It's for my next story I'm working on. But yeah, it's like you know how Takahiko Inoue works, those big sumi canvases with the ink. Yeah, it's like that. I was really inspired by that, so I kind of drew my own little characters on it. They're actually pretty big. They're probably like my head to my waist big.
Oh wow.
Maybe more.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like a whole wall.
So I assume you go to an art college?
I just graduated last year.
Oh.
So I did, so I studied for 4 years at college. So I did, actually my first major was photography, but, I already graduated that a while ago. And then I went to visual art. So from kind of going to one to the other is like when I really took the manga seriously. But when you say visual art in college, it's so different to what you think. It's like, I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to draw at least illustration and then pass that off as tie my own like manga influences into that. But it was, they wanted you to draw really loosely and not like really picture perfect stuff.
Yeah.
So when I found that out, I had to kind of improvise my way around things. But yeah.
Nice. So, I know you listen to Visualkei music a lot. Do you have any influences or favorites? Because I know you're getting into like Visualkei modeling and stuff.
Yeah, I'm also trying to become a guitarist as well over there, so that's something that needs a lot of, that's going to be hard to do, but I just need to practice tons and get my Japanese really good just so I can communicate with people. But I've just started up a new Japanese blog on Amoeba. Have you heard of Amoeba blog?
Yes, I've heard of it. I've never really looked into it though, but I know it's like a big blog that a lot of Japanese people use.
Yeah. So I've just started on that. I'll link it in the next week or so to my YouTube channel, just where it has like my Twitter, my YouTube, and just all my stuff that's related to my page. But I've been not so much talking, but you know how you have the Facebook option and you can poke people?
Yeah.
You know how you have that option? Well, I've just been not talking, but kind of, you know how you poke different people and they look at your page saying we visited, and I'm getting like a lot of like really, really cool people like from bands I listen to, like looking at my page and stuff like that. So that's really cool. That could open up a lot of opportunities. But sorry, what was the question again? I went completely off topic.
What do you have any like favorite Visualkei influences or bands like favorites?
My favorite Visualkei band is Mejibre.
Oh yeah,
I've got a CD right here actually. This is their new one, Shuei.
When did that come out?
It's a really creepy cover. This must have come out, I think it came out this month. I think it came out on the 2nd or the 3rd. But if you go on YouTube, you can see their new PV, which is really, I don't know, they've only been out for 2 years, and like the quality of their video and music videos are just amazing. Like they're just really getting up there in terms of like the charts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw one. I don't know if it was Mejibre. I think it was. It was like, I can't really remember it. most of them look the same, but
These guys look a little bit different.
I know them though. I listened to one song and they're pretty cool. I remember checking out your Facebook page like a few months back, and then you liked a video by Velvet. Then I got into them because I saw your video. Yeah. They're like indie, right? They're like kind of new.
I think Velvet. I think it's pronounced Berubeto. They've been out for. They're not new, but I think at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I guess that would be considered a bit new, just a bit.
Yeah, that's still pretty new.
But getting into Japanese, over the summer I was practicing learning hiragana and katakana. That's about as far as I got.
I'm still up to that stage. Like I don't know if you can see, but there's like, let me see if I can find it. There's like white little chart over there on my screen, just in the background. That's just like that's my charts. So I just like when I'm reading and I'm like, oh, I forgot what that one is, and I'll just kind of go over with my manga and just be like, oh, there it is, and then I kind of try to visualize it.
It's really cool because like I can impress my parents, be like, I can read Japanese now because like a lot of it is in hiragana. But then when it comes to katakana, then I'm like stuck. I'm like, oh, darn it.
Yeah. It's like when I see kanji, I'm just like, I'll just read the katakana, hiragana, and then I just stop, and then I don't say anything, and then I just keep on going, like if it's just like a full stop, because I have no idea what it is.
I always thought kanji would be easy because I'm Chinese, so I'm like fluent. I could read and speak, but the pronunciation is a lot different, and sometimes it even has like different meanings or like remotely similar meanings to the actual Chinese word, even though it's like the same character. So Japanese is hard.
It is hard.
All right, so next question is, who is your most influential artist or horror artist? Because I know you're into a lot of horror.
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm just thinking of what I'm reading at the moment. Like, what I'm reading, like, at this point, I just started reading, it's not horror, but, like, I would say it's, like, a new influence. Like, it changes every week for me. Like, some weeks, a new chapter or something else, I'll be like, oh, that's so cool, and then I'll move to that one. But I'm reading JoJolion. Have you heard of that? It's a new JoJo series. That's the craziest art style I've ever seen. That's like really, I want to make my art weird like that, but when I started.
Is it like related to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Or no?
It's kind of like a separate standalone series within the JoJo's world.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought I recognized
it. Yeah, that style's pretty different. I'm just trying to think, what have I got? Horror. I wouldn't say I have a horror, like a mangaka that just specializes in horror. Like sometimes, I'm just kind of looking at my shelf. I'm really big on this manga. I've probably showed this a billion times, but
I remember seeing that in a video. Yeah, I like that art style. It's really cool.
Yeah, I really like it. But I'm not big on his new story because it's about volleyball. It's in Weekly Shonen Jump.
Oh,
like when he went from that, I was.
Oh, is that?
I think it's
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, or that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, that's just. I didn't even know that was the same artist.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, the horror story, and then when I saw that, I was like, I tried reading it, but I couldn't get into it. I'm not a massive sports manga fan.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But yeah, definitely even if that's the second volume, you see like he's put like short stories in, and just the one shots, they're so good. Like you can make a series easily from those little segments that he's put in the first book and like the extras. Yeah. But yeah, I really like that. They're probably my favorite horror stuff I've got. But yeah.
Cool. How long have you been I probably asked this before. Did I ask this before?
Yeah,
How long have you been drawing?
I think I might have said.
You said like 5,
drawing
6.
In total?
Or drawing. Like
drawing
actually seriously getting into it.
Like actual pages or like artwork?
Just drawing in general, I guess. So like when you were a kid, you started drawing and stuff.
Yeah, that's probably started Probably around the same age as I started watching anime, like 5.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
So a while.
I remember I was like 4 and I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and then I started drawing that a lot, and then that's how I got into it. And then I saw Yu-Gi-Oh on Kids WB. It's a TV channel over here. And I was like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh kind of looks like Super Saiyan Goku. So I was like, that's really cool. So I started drawing that a lot until, I don't know, I started making my own things when I was like 6, 7, and then it kind of went off from there. I got into Bleach, and then after that, I got really serious. Like, before I would just take pages, like printer paper, and I would just like draw little, like it's not even squares, it's like shapes, and it looked like broken glass if you kind of like put it together. But those would be my panels, and then I thought that was how you would make it. Back in 2009, I went to I was in Taiwan and I took my mom signed me up for a manga course, and that's when I actually learned about like a G pen and like manuscript paper. I actually didn't know that you'd have to ink it over, and I was like, wow, this is a cool pen. And then I learned about like using it and dipping it in, and the manuscript paper. I was like, wow, this is really cool. So after that, it kind of just went off from there. I started teaching myself, and yeah. So for me, it's been about like 5 years going seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, you've probably been drawing a lot more longer than me.
Yeah, I think the last 4 or 5 years is like I've taken it like really seriously. Like I think when you go to college, like they put you in that kind of way that you have to kind of, they teach you how to live off it basically.
Yeah.
So you take it really seriously. But at the moment, in terms of like my viewpoint's changed since a couple of years ago. Like I know that if I were to go to a week, like let's say I was fluent Japanese and I actually got the opportunity to work for a magazine, I don't know if I could actually keep it like up the schedule, like constantly for weeks and weeks or months and months, depending on, because it's nuts. Like I've really researched that people get like sick, like actual sick because they work so hard.
It's really grueling.
And I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if I could actually procrastinate a lot, so I don't think I'd be able to handle a schedule like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your current, like, you don't have to tell us everything, but what's your current manga project that you're working on, and how long have you been going at it? You don't have to like give us spoilers. Maybe like a main idea.
Okay. The new story I'm working on is it's called Maestro of Horrors. It's just like it's as I said in one of my last videos, if you've seen the stuff that I posted last, it's not a one shot, but it's like a standalone story that you could do something with it extra. But since it's not my story, it's my friend's story, who's my writer. Just drawing the artwork. But I just decided for the first story that like because we're going to get it properly published and not properly published, but printed, and we're going to find a way to kind of sell it worldwide, I guess. Maybe not tons of copies, but just a couple. But what I was thinking of was just to debut like a story that wasn't my story, but my art. So it's kind of just focusing on my art. So people will say like, oh, I like the style or I don't. If you put something else out, if they would be interested or not. But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, the story's very different from stuff that I've read. So that's what really interested me. So when my writer said, did you want to illustrate my story? And he gave me so many to choose from. He had like a library. So I'm there at his house reading through all this stuff. And then he's like, do you want this one? Do you want this one? And he knows about manga, but he comes from like, he's more like into films and horror. He's actually the one who got me into horror movies. Oh. So when I would go to his place, he'd lend me horror movies all the time. And then I started like really loving it. And then when I found out he started writing and I started reading some of his stuff, I was like, I could see my art like mixing with this. So I'm actually going there. I'm actually seeing him tomorrow. So we're finalizing more of the story then. But it's very, I think we're about halfway now. We're trying to, I think, release it next year.
Cool.
But yeah.
It's, what would you say is your favorite horror movie? I'm not really a big horror fan. I get scared easily.
Horror movie. Oh, I've got a couple on my shelf. Favorite's hard. I like so many. Something I didn't realize was I went to my video store the other day and I sold like, I don't know, it was just like by chance. If I can grab it down, wherever I put it.
Sure.
Everything's in my shelf, so it's so handy. Yeah. I just found there's a second-hand copy of like The Grudge isn't my favorite, but Grudge, like when when I watched like the American version, I was so disappointed. But then I watched the Japanese version and it was so different. Yeah. But when I watched that, there was just a way of storytelling, like how they played some scenes, like they'd show you a little bit of the ending before they show you what actually happens. So it's like reverse instead of seeing something. It just gave me an idea of different ways of storytelling. But that's probably one of my favorites. I also just watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
The classic one?
That was interesting. Yeah, the original. Yeah. But have you seen that?
Yeah, I watched it about 3-4 years ago. I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah.
So it kind
Oh wow.
of scared me a bit. But
Yeah.
looking back at it now, it's not really that scary. It seems like
No,
the older
no.
movies, like the classics, are really not that bad. It's like the newer ones for me.
Yeah.
I remember around the same time, 6th grade, the first Paranormal Activity movie came out. So I watched that with my friends, and that actually got me it wasn't scary when I was watching it, but it got me super paranoid when I got back home, because like none of my parents were home. When I fell asleep, I kept watching my door because I thought it was going to just close on its or something like that.
Yeah.
And something really creepy was, so I couldn't get any sleep that night, so I just decided to play Pokemon in bed until like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon will save you.
Yeah. And then like when the third one came out, we had a major storm in my area. So like we had a blackout, and I was the only one among all my friends who had a blackout. Like everyone else had power.
Yeah.
So after we came back from the movie, it was like pitch black at home, and I was like,
my gosh.
I don't like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
A really cool, I guess it wouldn't count this as horror, but have you heard of Human Centipede?
Oh, it sounds familiar. Is that a manga?
No, it's a horror movie. It's like really, really disturbing and gruesome. It's not really a horror movie. It's like more of a shock factor movie. It's like, I'll just basically tell you the summary. So this German doctor. So these two girls are driving through the forest and they get lost. So they come across, he has a mansion in the middle of the forest. So they just knock on his door for help, and like they ask for a telephone so they can call for help. But instead, when he invites them in, you know, he just like drugs them. He drugs them, and he puts them to sleep, and then like ties them down on a bed. And then he tells them that he's going to perform a surgery and create a human centipede. So basically, this is going to sound really weird, but basically what he plans to do is, there's a Japanese guy in there too, who just like, he can't even speak English. He just screams Japanese the whole time. So I'm sure like if you understand Japanese, it'd be pretty funny. But so he was there. So it's the two girls and one Japanese dude. So basically, he was planning on creating a human centipede. He would sew their mouths to the other person's anus, and then it's really weird.
So they're like one.
Yeah, so they're like one person, and then basically how they would stay alive is that the first person, the one in the front, would like poop into the second person. It would suck to be the middle person, I'm just saying. And then it would kind of like go like that.
Oh my god.
So he like gave him laxatives, and it's crazy. It's a crazy movie. But yeah,
that sounds intense.
It was a really shocking movie. And then I watched it last year, so it wasn't that bad for me. I wouldn't say that's a horror movie, but it's definitely bad. You should try watching it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. How far have you gotten into your Visualkei modeling career? Is that kind of like a side thing, or are you actually going like full force on it alongside with your manga?
It's more like a side thing at the moment. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to organize shoots with my photographer, and like I have like a special effects makeup artist. So it's like getting everyone in the same place and like a one day is very difficult. Mm-hmm. Usually, you'll see like I'll be posting some of the next photo shoots, and it gets like, I'm getting really more into like creepier styles. Yeah. Like a lot more special effects instead of just like the typical kind of stuff. Because I wanted to change it up a bit. But I'd have to say, like, the Visualkei modeling was to get me in the Visualkei scene more. Mm-hmm. Like, if people would, like, as I was saying, I started up my new blog, people would say, oh, he does Visualkei and stuff, oh, he plays guitar as well. Yeah. If, like, they'd just look at my page more and stuff like that. And then from there, I don't know, maybe somehow cross it over with joining a band. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's definitely getting like people interested, so it's good. Yeah. But it's funny, like I'm getting more interest from Japan than from like my Facebook, which is mostly like America, Australia, and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think the Japanese blog was a good start.
Cool. Do you like? do you plan to like appear on magazines, or is it just going to be like an independent modeling thing? Or are you going to try and sign into a company and model for them?
It would probably be like, I wouldn't say it would be like a contract. It would be just like, you know how you see bands and they feature in like clothing, like, you know how you have like, I don't know if you've heard of Sex Pot Revenge, like clothing like that's pretty big in Japan. Like you'd see like a band member who would wear like a couple pieces of that clothing, and then it'd be like promoting their music and their clothing, the same thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
More like,
so you
more
like
like
hop
that,
around.
more like that. Yeah. It wouldn't just be like one solid thing, but it's kind of like the three things for me at the moment is just like manga, and then it'd probably be like, I would even put music before the modeling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so next year I'm going to record an album. I'm just kind of getting everything together at the moment, and then we'll see how that goes from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried getting my friends to join a band with me. It didn't really work. They're not all as ambitious as me, but like recording in a studio and actually performing would seem really cool. Like that's kind of a dream one day, like alongside manga. Yeah, but that's really cool. I can't wait to hear what you produce in the coming year.
Oh, thanks.
You're obviously a really fashionable guy. Do you mind telling me where you get your clothing for your shoots and stuff?
Clothing can like I get some stuff from Japan. Like I go on like, you know, Rakuten. Have you heard of Rakuten?
Oh, actually, yeah, I have. Must be really expensive.
It's like, oh yeah, the shipping is more expensive than the clothing. I'd have to say, I'm just trying to think. I've been buying like just from mostly like Asia in general, like sometimes Korea, sometimes China, sometimes Japan. The things in China and Korea are a lot cheaper than Japan, but I find like with the Japanese products, you're paying for brand mostly.
Yeah.
But when I went on Rakuten, I think like a piece of like I'm just trying to think of like some clothes I got. Like maybe a piece of clothing would be like $100, but then the shipping will be like 50. 50 is like almost half the price of the actual thing. Yeah. So it's like 150 for a piece of clothing. So it gets expensive. Yeah, it gets expensive.
Yeah, stuff from Japan always seems to be super expensive. Like I remember when I was buying a pre-order CD for Jurtango last year when they were releasing a new single. The thing was about $70, and with the shipping, it came to about like 110. My parents were not happy, but it was worth it. It was just.
Was that Unraveling?
No, the one before that, Rinkaku.
Oh yeah. I know that song. That's a good. I got that on my iTunes. It's a good song.
Yeah, stuff from Japan, even manga products, like just stuff in general from Japan, imported. Like the shipping seems to be way overpriced, and it's not fun for us.
Yeah, no, it's not. Especially when you have to order screen tones, paper, ink, pen nibs, all that stuff. It gets expensive. I think the most expensive is screen tones for me to order. It's like, I would say $8 a sheet, but then you're paying the shipping.
$8?
Yeah.
Is that including or excluding the shipping tax?
That's not including the shipping. The shipping is on top of that.
Where do you buy your screen tone then?
I buy it from Manga Arts, which is an Australian store. I think it's a Japanese-owned company, but they've come here to Australia, and they sell to like Sydney, Melbourne, and stuff like that.
Oh, but, I usually
they have good.
Oh, sorry. No, keep going.
That's all right. They have like a good range, but like it's the only way for me to get them because I know there's like Akadot and there's stuff like that, but like it's like, let's say I'm going to need that same screen tone again. If I were to go back to order it, it may be sold out and then I can't get it. So like for like continuous projects, it's good.
Yeah. I remember I used to buy my screen tones from deletermangashop.com, and it would be no more than $4 a sheet, excluding the tax.
Wow, that's cheap.
But even that's expensive for me. So when I went to Japan last year, I went to Sekaido Art Store in Shinjuku.
Oh yeah.
And I just I like stockpiled. Like I brought a ton of money with me, and I just stockpiled. Like, cause
just grab the whole shelf.
Yeah, I just grabbed the whole shelf and brought it back with me. Because the sheet, each sheet would be about 200 yen, and that's like equivalent to about $2 US.
$2.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was super cheap over there, so I just grabbed whatever I
That's so
could,
good.
and yeah, I didn't have to buy online since, but yeah. So,
So it's more expensive for us to buy like in our countries than when you go there. It's going to be so much
yeah,
cheaper.
that's how it is with the Shonen Jump magazines as well, because if you look on the covers, it says I think 250 yen, but
Yeah.
when I buy them at the market that I told you earlier, it's like $5. So I guess you'd be paying for the shipping along with the magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I went to Kinokuniya in Sydney, you know what Kinokuniya is, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were $7 or $8 each, and that was like right. But
Wow.
I know it's new, but still, that's expensive. And like the Square Jump magazines, I got a subscription for a year, and it was like $16 each for one, and that's like a biggest rip-off. But I don't know. I bought the whole year subscription. I was crazy, but it was good at the time. It's fun to like have something come in the mail consistently, and then while you're working on something, it inspires you. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just something about holding like the actual physical copy, like especially if it's like the Shonen Jump from Japan, just makes it something really special.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially since like the American Shonen Jump company stopped publishing physical copies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped about a year ago, and they moved online. So now they're called Shonen Jump Alpha, and basically it's just
that's right. Yeah.
it's basically just digital, and that kind of turned me off. I was like, that's really stupid, because there are a lot of people, and a lot of people ranted on YouTube that like they actually want to hold the physical copy and like read it, because I used to collect that monthly. It used to be a thing. I would spend $2 every month and buy that, but yeah. So
But yeah, I know what you mean. Having the original, I love that way more. Like I couldn't, if I would read everything digital, it'd be boring because you can't collect anything. You know what I mean? It's nice to collect like your favorites, and then you read them all over again.
Yeah. So do you have any ideas or like plans to move to Japan and maybe get a visa and start working there, or in the near future?
I'm actually going to Japan next year.
Oh.
I'm still trying to work out when I'm going to go. I'm just kind of like the beginning of the year. That's usually when everyone goes on their holidays and stuff like that. So I don't want to go at a really busy time. Maybe I definitely want to see, you know, Hanami Festival. How they have the Hanami.
I've heard of it. I'm trying to remember what it is. Can you tell me?
It's like you know the like the cherry blossom festival, how they have all the pink trees, the sakura. I'm kind of thinking of going. I think that may be autumn. I'm not sure, but
no,
I'm
pretty
thinking
sure
of
it's
maybe
springtime, because I think those things bloom in the springtime. Yeah.
Okay, maybe spring. I don't want to go in a winter because I know it's going to be really cold. Like over here, it's cold at the moment, but it's not cold like the cold like snow. But yeah, as long as it's not too cold. Like I'm used to the heat. Like here, it gets up to, I'm not sure, like 40, maybe 40 degrees. I'm not sure what that is, if that's Fahrenheit or not. But it gets really hot.
Isn't like my winter your summer though?
I think so, yeah.
Right now it's autumn. It's kind of transitioning into autumn, which will transition into winter. So I guess it's going to be summer next for you, right?
It should be summer now, but like winter's taking its time. I don't know why. But yeah.
All right.
But yeah, but I definitely plan on going next year. Even if I don't know how it's going to go working over there. Like I've been to like the Japanese consulate and found out I was originally going to go to a Japanese school, but I'm thinking of learning like, you know how they have like short courses, like there's like big sum up ones. I was thinking of going to like 3 of those for maybe 20 weeks before going to Tokyo, just so like I'm fresh on it. So then when I go there, I can either have like maybe a holiday working visa or something like that.
Yeah, those are expensive. I was looking into it. Like, when I go into college, I would go research about studying abroad, and things like that for like a full semester could get up to like, I don't even know, like 20 something thousand just for one semester. Not even like the whole year. It could get up to like 20 something thousand. I think a full academic year would be about, I don't know, I want to say 40,000. I don't. I don't know.
Wow,
I
that's
haven't. It's been
crazy.
a while since I looked into it, but it's insanely expensive. But I have a feeling it would be really worth it when you do it.
Oh yeah,
Do
you
you
get the whole
watch do you watch
experience.
the YouTuber was it Quick Rhino?
No, I've heard of him though. I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of like YouTubers that are friends with him, I think.
hmm Yeah, he
But
just
yeah.
basically just tells us about like signing up and like his stories of when he was in Japan for studying abroad, and I was like, that's really cool. If I want to get like a real like up close experience and like feel for the country itself, I think it'd be good
Mm.
to experience it like studying abroad in a school and then like
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
like living on your own for a while. I always thought that'd be really
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, is that what you're planning on doing or?
Um, yeah, probably. I was thinking of going over with a family member first, but now I'm just thinking, I should just get really good at Japanese and then just go there and just do it.
Yeah.
Because like I still live with like family and everything, but it'd be just like a really good experience for me. Like if I would bring a family member, it wouldn't be the same because they're not into Japan like I am.
Yeah.
Like they'd hear the music and they'd be like, what? Like they wouldn't get it as much as I would. But yeah,
that happens to me a lot too because people.
yeah,
My iPod is like 90% Japanese music, and people are always like, my friends are always like, why do you listen to them if you can't understand it?
yeah,
And usually my excuse is like, I look up the lyrics online afterwards, but I just, something about the language just sounds really cool to me, especially in like the songs, so like, they'll never understand.
yeah. I know what you mean. Like I like the thing that I think I really like about Japanese music is also like the way they do solos, like the guitarists do solos. It's so different to Americans. Like Americans have that. I watch so many YouTube videos about people playing guitar, and it's more melodic. I find the Japanese music. Like the solos, they stick in your head, and I don't know. There's like a lot more. I don't know. It has more feeling for me than like American music.
More emotion.
But yeah.
Like if you if you compare it to like a band like do you know who Chelsea Grin is?
No.
Oh, they're mostly just like breakdown. They're kind of similar to Durah Gray, but they're like just breakdowns, and they get a lot of hate for that because like their music is really generic now. It's just breakdowns, growling, and like a solo. I can't even remember a solo, but like solos from Japanese music, they tend to stick in my head like a lot for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just not as generic. Like you said, I guess they put more feeling into it, and it just kind of sticks better. But
yeah, and it always fits with the song. Like there'll be like a point where the song is rising, and then they'll do the solo, and then it would just like top the song off and just make it awesome. Where in American music, I find that the solos are really like it just kind of blends in with the music.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like resonate a little bit. And I know what you mean. Like if you're talking about like Durah and Grey stuff, I find a lot of people they're wanting to sound like that now. Even in Japanese music, I find like I shouldn't really mention names, but like have you heard of Sadie? The Visualkei band, Sadie?
Sadie? Oh, yeah, I know them. I've heard people saying that they're trying to be more like them now.
Yeah, like if you've listened to the last two PVs that they had, I just watched the last one yesterday. I was like, he's trying to sing like Kyo.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, it really does sound like it. And I was like, why? Like they have their own thing going, and then I don't like the copying thing.
That's just like the band Ichini Sero Ichini, 2012. Like they used to be all like mainstream and Visualkei-ish or whatever. And now all of a sudden, like as of 2012, they like renamed they made a new album. They self-named it 2012. And then they completely like changed their music style. Like before it used to be like popish, and they did like an anime opening theme for Romeo and Juliet, the anime.
Oh yeah.
Like they were like soft and like mainstream, and then all of a sudden, 2012, they just hit like rock bottom and go super heavy, and like everyone like posted comments saying like, oh my god, he even looked like Kyo. He tried to imitate like cosplaying him. And he was like doing the high pitched screaming and growling everything. And it's been like that since their latest EP, which I like. Like they're getting better. They're becoming a little bit more original, but it seems like a lot of bands are trying to copy them now. And another band, I think Griva. Have you heard of Griva?
Yeah.
They really, I think they even more than Ichini Sero Ichini, they copy a little more. Like if you compare some songs, they even sound like really insanely similar. Like they try to look like them. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it's really cool. Like that they have this kind of impact on other bands.
Yeah, definitely. Like I would say, like, would you? I don't know. I was going to ask you this. Would you say they're still Visualkei or they've gone more metal now? Because
Actually,
like their look is not as full on. Like they don't wear a lot of crazy makeup like they used to. It's getting more just like metal.
yeah, actually, they actually started wearing makeup again, but not like they did before. So they would have like once in a while, like their newer shows, Kyo would be putting on like the black mascara or not mascara, eyeliner, like the thing above your eyes, and then he would like do kind of like a kiss thing where it would have like little stripes. Sometimes he would do that.
Oh yeah.
Shinya started wearing makeup again, just a drummer, because he's like the most feminine looking one. Toshia started looking like a K-pop star. He put on makeup and he like dyed his hair different colors, like black and white. So I'd say they're kind of a mix now. I don't really know how to classify them. They're like metal, but kind of
visual,
like, borderline, because like they wear a lot of extravagant clothing. Even if it's not like before, they like wear really tough guy or like metal looking clothing. Now, So I'm like one of like their biggest fans. So.
Do you know when their new PV gets released? Unraveling, because I saw a trailer for that, but they haven't released that yet.
My guess is that they would release that like with Rinkaku, and like they would probably wait a long time until they get like a number of PVs, so they would just release it in one DVD like they did back in 2005. So I don't know why they've not released it yet, but that's what I'm guessing they're gonna do. They're releasing a new single in January, so I'm gonna see if I can get that. The Gazette, they're landing a new album in 3 days. I'm really excited to look.
I've heard about that. I have a friend.
Yeah, they're getting really like S&M-ish now. Like if you've seen their new PV for like the preview, like it's really.
I haven't been able to find a clip.
Oh, they have their own YouTube channel now, where they upload their PVs and everything. Like it's official.
Oh, is that like it's part of like Sony or something like that?
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, I think it is. It's called the Gazette SMEJ. So I guess that sounds for Sony Music something Japan.
Entertainment Japan or something. Yeah.
So they have their official channel now, and like you can see their previews, and it's actually kind of weird. There's like Kai is like whipping like a male slave with like he has like chains around his neck. It's like. It's kind of weird. I guess they're going through another phase, like they did with the techno dubstep-ish stuff, which was cool, but they're getting more back.
They pulled it off.
Yeah, they're getting back more into Visualkei stuff. So yeah, a lot of bands are kind of just changing now. All right, well, that's all the questions I have. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
I reckon my last words to the viewers would be probably like the thing like that I found. I guess it's not really like a recipe for getting better, but it's like every single time you draw something, try something different and add it to that style. If it doesn't work, then you don't have to like put it in next time. Yeah. But that's how I started getting better more often. Is like I'd draw something and I'd say I'm going to try this different, and the next time I try something different again, and that's how your style evolves. I think a little bit more.
Yeah, I think
that's probably my biggest
creating your own
surprise.
style and like making it super unique will make it stand out more and probably drag more people into it. Like I was dragged into your art style because that's something you don't see every day. It's like really different. So I guess I would add to that saying have your own style and like make it not as different as you could make it as different as you can, but try to like blend it well like with your own style and like regular manga style, because I noticed a lot of new manga, they just have gotten generic looking, or some of them are just plain. Yeah. So I'd say I would definitely read yours if it was in Shonen Jump, because like it looks so different. So so I guess I'll conclude this now. Guys, if you're watching, while you're watching it, just check out this guy's channel, Jurtango. I'll leave a link in the description, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, favorite, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to both of us. He's an awesome manga artist, so check out his stuff. And yeah, this concludes our very first interview. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's really cool because because like before I started my channel, I would watch your stuff and be like, it'd be really cool if I could like get in touch with him someday. And look, we're doing an interview. It's really cool. So thank you so much. We should chat again.
No problem.
All right?
Yeah,
See you.
definitely.
All right.
Cool.
Thank
Catch
you.
you later.